Okay, hi y'all, my name is Megan. I've been a veterinary assistant at a Banfield Pet Hospital now for about a year, but I've been working in the veterinary field for about 2.5 years now. And I want to talk to you guys about brachycephalic pets and how they aren't cute. I'll go a little more into detail about what brachycephalism is and what pets are affected by it, and then I'll sort of go over into the history of it. So first I want to touch base on selective breeding, and I do have a pet here with what's known as extreme conformation. So this is an English Bulldog. You can see a depiction of it in 1790. That's what they used to look like, and through almost like what, 300 years, 200 years of selective breeding, we've somehow gotten this animal with a pushed-in snout, an underbite, all of these genetic anomalies that shouldn't have happened that actually affect the pet's well-being quite a bit. So selective breeding is the human practice of developing particular phenotypic traits by choosing which typically animal or plant, which desired traits you sexually reproduce. Basically, you take this animal, you take this animal, they have that pushed-in face that's so cute with those face wrinkles, and you breed them together and you get English Bulldogs. And today my goal is to teach you guys essentially what these health effects do to the animal and how it kind of makes their quality of life inherently terrible, and this breeding should not continue. So brachycephalic syndrome is literally meaning in Latin short-headed, and it affects several breeds. It's got a couple of cats, but it's mostly dogs. We've got pugs, Frenchies, English Bulldogs, Himalayan cats, Persians. All of those suffer with what's known as brachycephalism to some degree. And brachycephalic syndrome is specifically the combination of the elongated soft palate. We have those, it's that thing in the back of your throat that makes your throat. Stenotic nares, I'll go into that, and inverted laryngeal saccules. You guys don't have to know all these things. I'll go into it, and I've got some fun pictures. But these breeds have been gaining in popularity in the last 5 years, a lot of because of social media. And they're really freaking cute. I know they are. I love all pets. Oh, but I think it's really interesting here. This is a normal dog's head, an MRI, and an X-ray, sorry. And you can see that we have long nasal passages. Our occipital areas are very large. And here we have like nothing. Where are the nasal passages? Where can the eyes safely rest? Like, this is extreme conformations. So those associated health conditions I'm talking about, specifically with brachycephalic syndrome, is we have the elongated soft palate here, where it's literally closing the back of the throat. The animal's unable to breathe because of these, the elongated soft palate as well as the laryngeal saccules. They literally block the trachea, so the animal's completely unable to breathe, and this can be in times of stress exacerbated from heat, exercise, which can actually cause these animals to collapse and die suddenly. So these are incredibly detrimental to health. Breathing, I think we all enjoy doing, so when these pets aren't able to, they quickly succumb to heat exhaustion or just respiratory distress, and they can pass away. But on top of not only just the brachycephalic syndromes, their extreme conformation that leaves them weak to other health conditions like eye disorders. Since there's nowhere for their eyes to safely rest, they bulge out of the head, which can cause a lot more weakness to eye injury, cherry eye, which is where the third eyelid's literally popping out here, and epiphora, where the tear ducts are kind of wrapped in an abnormal way that causes that weepiness from the eyes, and that can actually get into their facial folds, causing facial fold dermatitis, which is a full-on skin infection. So lots of dental disorders have subsequent with this, a lot of extreme conformation that makes it so these pets have terrible quality of life, and a lot of the times they need subsequent surgeries that can cost you thousands of dollars. All of this is from the American College of Veterinary Surgeons. Touching base quickly on stenotic nares, that's where this nose is literally blocking the nasal passages, so little oxygen still. The AVMA has passed breeding policies that are trying to make it so it's not illegal. This is not a legal law, but it's a policy that is, if you want to be a breeder that is socially conscious, they're not going to get endorsed by the AVMA by, by doing these extreme conformation breeding. They are actively working with breeders, veterinarians to spread awareness about this so that people are not breeding animals with these conditions inherently. This also is getting done in Great Britain a lot more extensively. They're actually doing a lot of public campaigns where they're making it so there's a lot of advertisements about these flat-faced dogs and how terrible it is to their health. So selective breeding has gone incredibly too far with these animals, and their health has taken severe detriment to it, all for the sake of aesthetics that humans like. And this doesn't have to be the case. We can breed these animals and they can be just as cute with just the elongating of their snout. This is a puggle here, the pug beagle cross. He has a very healthy nose, he can breathe, his eyes aren't bulging out of his head. Even this is just a purebred French bulldog who the breeder has just consciously taken in mind to elongate the snout so that they don't have these subsequent disorders, and we can still have these amazing dogs without saying this is wrong. We just need to be a little more responsible and stop breeding for aesthetic purposes and really for health, which is why we began selectively breeding in the first place. Thank you.
Thank you.